You're not a bad mom. Your brain just needs maintenance. This is Mom Maintenance, episode 16, The Made-Up Rules Making Motherhood Miserable. This is a short pep talk for moms who are trying their best and still feel overwhelmed. So let's talk about guilt. Because for me, until I found coaching, mom guilt felt like it was just part of being a mom. I constantly had this low-level background feeling that I was not doing enough or not momming well enough. I don't think it matters what stage of motherhood you are in. You could be a pregnant mom, working mom, stay-at-home mom, a mom with toddlers, teenagers, adult kids, even grandkids. There always seems to be this running list in our minds of everything we should be doing better. You should be more patient, more organized, more grateful, more present, cook healthier meals, limit screen time better, keep the house cleaner, enjoy every moment, spend more one-on-one time with your kids, stop snapping at them, be more involved, be less stressed, read more books to your kids, do more fun activities, volunteer at the school more, and I'm sure your brain can keep going on and on. It just never ends. Before long, motherhood starts to feel heavy. And it's not just because motherhood is demanding, but because we are constantly walking around feeling like we are failing at it. When I owned my 2 crumble stores, I lived with this feeling all the time. I was trying so hard to be everything. I wanted to be a good boss and employer. I cared deeply about my employees and I wanted to support and train them well. But there were always more conversations to have, more problems to solve, more things only I could fix. But then I'd rush home so I could be there when my kids got home from school. And there was another never-ending task list that only I could handle. I remember sitting on the couch with my kids trying to focus on what I needed to do, but I was so tired I could barely keep my eyes open. And instead of recognizing, wow, this is a lot for one human being to carry, my brain immediately turned it into, you are failing everyone. I had these impossible expectations for myself. Does this sound familiar? Work 8 hours, keep up with all the crumble requirements, drive kids to after-school activities, make dinner, read and answer all the emails, keep the house together, be emotionally available for every child, have real conversations instead of snapping at them to hurry up at bedtime, handle your church service, stay patient, stay organized, and somehow do all of it without dropping a single ball. And if I forgot something, when I forgot something, I missed an email, grabbed takeout again, felt too exhausted to fully engage with my kids, I didn't think, I'm human. I thought, I'm a bad mom. My friends, so many of us moms are living there. We're not actually enjoying motherhood because we are too busy feeling guilty about motherhood. We're too busy worrying that we are ruining our kids, too busy believing we are failing. We're too busy mentally keeping score of all the things that we didn't do right today. And I think comparison makes all of this so much worse because we don't just carry around our own expectations for ourselves, we also measure ourselves against other moms all the time. During my crumble days, I would look at my sister-in-law who would drop everything to take her kids on fun adventures and day trips where they'd go make these amazing memories together. And I honestly started believing I'm just not a fun mom. Because I didn't have the time or energy to do those kinds of things very often. What's interesting is that I wasn't looking at the full picture. I was taking one thing she was really good at and using it as evidence that I was deficient. Meanwhile, I was running businesses, employing people, showing my kids how to do the hard things that make you stretch, sacrifice, balance, and still trying my absolute best to be present with my kids every single day. But my brain ignored all of that. It just focused on the gap between what I was doing and what someone else was doing. Moms do this constantly. We see another mom's strengths and use them to attack ourselves. So here's a shout out to my amazing sisters who are each different but are extraordinary moms in their individual way. I have a sister who is amazing at birthday parties and hosting, another who homeschools and teaches music, another who loves history and plans educational adventures, another sister who has the calm of a yogi master amidst this cyclone of teenage hormones and chaos. I used to compare myself to all of them, and I felt lacking as a mother. Instead of just appreciating that people are different, our brains make it mean that I'm not enough. But motherhood was never supposed to be a competition to see who can do the most. Your children do not need a perfect composite of every other mom you admire. They need you. And when we spend our lives staring at what other moms are doing, we miss the beautiful things we are bringing into our families because they come so naturally to us that we barely even see them anymore. It's really hard to enjoy your children when you constantly feel like you are letting them down. It's hard to be present when your brain is always listing your failures. It's hard to enjoy the stage you are in when you are terrified you're ruining it. But here's what you need to remember. A lot of those feelings are coming from thoughts we never question. These are made-up rules about what a good mom is supposed to be. Who decided good moms always make homemade meals? Who decided a messy house means you're failing? Who decided forgetting an appointment means you don't care enough? Who decided that if motherhood feels hard sometimes, you must be bad at it? We act like these and other standards we have are facts, but most of them are just stories that we've absorbed over time. And because we keep repeating them in our heads, they start to feel true. But thoughts create your feelings. So if your brain is constantly saying, I'm not doing enough, I should be better at this, other moms handle this better, my kids deserve more than this, of course, motherhood is going to feel like a crushing burden to you. You are trying to mother actual children while also trying to live up to an impossible, imaginary version of motherhood. It's no wonder you feel overwhelmed. The saddest part is that all this guilt doesn't actually make us better moms. It usually just makes us more anxious, more emotionally exhausted, more discouraged, and less present. Because guilt keeps your brain focused on what's wrong, not on the beautiful things happening right in front of you. And listen, this doesn't mean we stop trying. It doesn't mean we stop growing. It just means we stop using impossible standards to measure our worth as mothers. Because no mom does all of it perfectly. Hear me. No mom is patient all the time. No mom never forgets things. No mom always loves every moment or even likes her kids all the time. No mom perfectly balances work, housework, relationships, emotions, meals, schedules, and motherhood without struggling. You are a human who is mothering. For your maintenance this week, I want you to start noticing your should thoughts. I should be doing more. I should be more present. I should handle this better. Instead of immediately believing those thoughts, pause and ask yourself, who says I should do this? Because maybe the thing making motherhood miserable isn't motherhood itself. Maybe it's the constant belief that you're failing at it. And maybe motherhood starts feeling lighter when you stop expecting yourself to be superhuman. If this episode helped you, please share it with another mom who probably needs to hear that she's not failing either. I'll talk to you next time on Mom Maintenance.